All right, what's good? Chat, what's goody? What's goody? Let me get my chat pulled up right quick. All right, let me get my chat pulled up. Yo, chat, as y'all coming in, y'all be sure to drop a like on the stream as y'all coming in, guys. Y'all be sure to drop a like. Lakers get they butts whooped tonight against the Boston Celtics with a final score of 111-89. And we all know as Lakers fans, when the Lakers lose, they lose bad. They rarely ever lose in close games. And it happens again tonight. They got smoked. Game was winnable in the fourth quarter, but too much Peyton Pritchard and not enough offense. Marcus Smart looked like a double agent tonight. Marcus Smart looked like a complete double agent tonight, chat. Why is this off? And don't get me wrong. I still a huge fan of Marcus Smart. I like Marcus Smart a lot, but man, he was bad tonight. All right, let me go ahead and get this intro in right quick, and then we are good. All right. So Lakers lose tonight's game with a final score of 111-89 against the Boston Celtics. The Lakers just completely lost all of their energy and all of their just will to try to win the game. It seemed like midway through the second quarter when a lot of things officiating wise were going against the Lakers and going in the favor of the Celtics. The Lakers just completely lost. They just completely lost their will to win this game. And the Lakers are becoming a team to where when you look at them play the games, I've watched every single Lakers game this season. Most of us have as Lakers fans, right? They are that team that when they are not making shots, it completely deters them on the defensive side of the ball. Now, the Celtics only had 111 points tonight, which is not bad. And Peyton Pritchard was the best player on the floor for both teams. He was better than Luka Doncic. He was better than Jaylen Brown. He was better than LeBron James. He was better than Austin Reaves. And all of these guys are having an all-star caliber season this year, right? Three of those guys are all-stars, and one of them probably would have been an all-star if he would have stayed healthy in Austin Reaves, averaging over 25 points a game this season, right? Peyton Pritchard was the best player on the floor tonight. He was the only guy in this game that just had an efficient night shooting the ball. He had like a magnet ball type of night, right? I mean, I do not remember a easy shot Peyton Pritchard took. I don't think Peyton Pritchard made one easy shot in this game. That's how phenomenal he was. The shot making was off the charts for Peyton Pritchard. So you just gotta tilt your hat to him, man, when it comes to that type of shot making for Peyton Pritchard. There's nothing you can really do about none of the shots he was making. But the Lakers as a team, when it comes to offensively, they were awful tonight. They were absolutely awful. Rui Hachimura, 45% three-point shooter. He was 1 of 4 from 3 tonight and 2 of 7 from the field. LeBron James, once again, struggling from the three-point line, 1 of 5 from 3. Austin Reaves, he was not aggressive enough. He wasn't aggressive enough. He only had 10 shot attempts. He needs to have more shot attempts than that, right? JJ Redick is still trying to figure out the lineups and things of that nature. Jackson Hayes got hurt in the first quarter. I think that really hurt our team when it comes to the center rotation and kind of playing Jared Vanderbilt and LeBron at the 5 and things of that nature. So LeBron actually had to exert more energy in the third quarter. He had to play longer than usual. He had to play about a few minutes longer because he was really the only player in the third quarter for the Lakers that was actually doing something in the third quarter. Luka was bad this game. Austin Reaves was bad this game. Everybody was bad this game. The whole entire Lakers team. Marcus Smart was off for this game, man. He was god awful this game. I mean, he was absolutely terrible on both sides. He didn't have a good defensive night. He was fouling a lot. And then on the offensive side of the ball, he was just missing everything. I mean, he had countless open shots and he just couldn't hit nothing. He had a couple shots in the fourth quarter that if he would have made them, it would have cut the lead back down to 6 or 5 or something like that. Those are the type of shots that he made in that Clippers game, right? But Marcus Smart is a role player, and sometimes that happens. So you can't really get too mad at him because he's going to have some up and down moments. But overall this season, Marcus Smart has been good. DeAndre Ayton was terrible tonight. Tonight, I'm on y'all side. I know a lot of people want to hear me say that, and I know a lot of people want me to just dog DeAndre Ayton as a player, because as of late, he has not been as good as he was at the beginning of the season. His touch at the rim is completely gone. That's what it appears to be. The first 2 months of the season, DeAndre Ayton was not missing. It seemed like he couldn't miss those little touch shots and those little floaters and hooks. And even his mid-range jump shot. He was knocking down those on the regular, bro. And now he just can't make none. So it has to be a mental thing going on with him, right? But energy-wise, I feel like he was fine. I feel like he was fine on the defensive side of the ball, but just offensively, he just made too many mistakes. Let me go ahead and hop into some of y'all's comments and questions right quick. Aiden, Smart, Reaves, Rui, all ghost tonight. Yep. Completely agree, bro. Completely agree. Let's go ahead and hop into this box score right quick. Man. Hey, chat, and as y'all coming in, guys, y'all be sure to drop a like on the stream for me, bro. Y'all be sure to drop a like on the stream as y'all coming into the stream. But, man, LeBron was bad tonight. This is rare. You rarely see LeBron have more shot attempts than points. Like, that's a rarity. But at the same time, even only shooting 1 free throw? Oh, my God. Hold up, chat. Before we get into the game, y'all, before we get into and break down the actual Lakers, y'all heard my little tidbit on the actual Lakers playing bad in this game and how good the Celtics were when it come to, was specifically Peyton Pritchard, when it comes to just shot making him. Like, chat, how many times tonight did Peyton Pritchard and Jaylen Brown drive to the rim and use their off arm to extend their off arm to push off to get space and shoot the ball and make it? And the referees didn't call anything. I'm going to show y'all something right quick. I'm going to show y'all something. I saved this right here for a reason, right? Let me show y'all something right quick. Because at the beginning of the game, I was absolutely heated about the referees. But at the same time, the Lakers played so bad in the fourth quarter, you can't blame losing the game on the referees. But look, let me show y'all something right quick, because this is crazy, right? This is absolutely wild. This play right here, guys, they didn't call this the entire game. And when it's 5 minutes left in the game and the Lakers are down by 20, basically, then they want to call it. And that's how you know it's bullshit, because they were getting away with this all night. You cannot extend your arm like that, bro. You can't extend your arm like that, bro, to get that space to get a shot off. And Jaylen Brown wasn't going to score right there. And it didn't matter, because it was like 3 minutes left in the game, 4 minutes left, and they was up by 20 almost. So at that part in the game, that doesn't matter. And it seems like that's when they want to call that foul, right? And then that's not even the worst part about the game, right? That was bad all game too. But bro, it was 2 clear goaltends when the game was actually competitive, right? Those 2 goaltends took away 4 points from the Lakers. The second one was the most obvious shit I done seen all season. A player can't just put their freaking hand through the net and the rim, bro. You can't go through the net and the rim to try to block a shot, and they don't call a goaltend. And then on both of the goaltend plays, the Celtics get and ones on the opposite side of the ball. Those are 3-point swings. Those are 3-point swings. You don't get 2 points and then they get 3 points. That happened 2 times when the game was actually competitive. And those type of things, and if you ever played, chat, if y'all ever played sports, bro, you notice it's a psychological thing. Like, those type of clear calls, they get to you, bro. Those type of things, they get to you. I don't care how tough you are mentally. I don't care who you are. Kawhi Leonard would have been complaining about that. And he's a robot, it seems like at times, right? Like, it don't matter how tough-minded you are. It don't matter how you next play this, next play that. And the commentators in this game, and Reggie Miller, he is so annoying. Like, you want to take the referee's side all night. For example, on that Peyton Pritchard play, when he clearly pushed off and stiffed on Jerry Vanderbilt to get room on that step back, and they act like he just did some type of crazy crossover to make him fall on the ground, right? When he clearly pushed off. That was a stiff arm, bro. He's like a running back. Right? And Reggie Miller want to say, oh, he's a 6'1 guy. He can't make that 6'8 guy do that. Bro, it don't matter. It's a foul. And then later on in the game, when I just showed y'all the play I just showed y'all with Jaylen Brown pushing off, right? Then Reggie Miller want to say they finally called it. But earlier you were saying, oh, the 6'1" guy, he can't make that much type of room on a 6'8" guy. Brother, what are you saying? And that's what I don't like about some of these older basketball players that commentate or analyze the game. They are so stupid sometimes, bro. Straight up. And it just goes to show how stupid Reggie Miller is. This fool compared Caitlin Clark to Peyton Pritchard. Like, Peyton Pritchard is a good player. But if he had more nights like he did tonight, then you can kind of put those type of players on the same caliber. Bro, Caitlin Clark literally is one of the main reasons why people watch the WNBA. A lot of people, they've gained a lot of viewership over the years. You know, that's another conversation for another day. But, bro, what Caitlin Clark has done since she's been in college and to the WNBA, bro, you going to compare that to Peyton Pritchard, bro? Like, that was just such a bad point. Trade Reaves for a two-way player. We need Bronny. Yeah, G-Dog, you a troll, bro, at this point. It's no way you serious, dog. Like, people, you like, we can't take your take serious. No pun intended. We can't take it serious. There's no way you just said that. And I am a believer in Bronny. I think that Bronny will be a good role player in the NBA. I do think he'll be able to figure out and carve out a role kind of like a Davion Mitchell type of player. Just a pit bull defensively, very, very athletic. And if he ever starts willingly being able to shoot the ball, he will be a rotational player because defensively, handling the ball, the quickness, the athleticism, Bronny has those things. And he's flashed that in the G League, and he's shown it a couple times even in the NBA. He just got to be more consistent with those things, right? But Austin Reaves he's playing like an all-star this season, dog. And yes, he did play bad tonight, but the whole entire team played bad. The whole entire team played bad. Luka didn't even play good. Luka didn't play good this game. He didn't. So you want to trade Luka and sign Bronny to a standard deal? Like, bro, we can't blame this game on Austin Reaves. And I see a lot of people talking about Austin Reaves in a negative way. Every single time he has a bad game, oh, he's a playoff dropper. Oh, he struggles against physicality. Brother, he literally just dropped 30 against a great defensive team just 2 days ago. Just 2 days ago, the man had 30 against the Clippers. They have arguably more athletic, better defenders than the Celtics. Especially without Jason Tatum, right? So they got Kawhi, they have Derrick Jones Jr., Chris Dunn is a dog, Nick Batum is annoying. Like, they have great defenders. Even their role players play good defense. They come off the bench, right? So that whole argument of Austin Reaves struggles against these physical teams is just stupid to me. Because he's played so well against teams that have good physical defenders. So we got to stop saying that he plays bad against a certain type of team. He just couldn't make a shot tonight. Luka couldn't make a shot tonight either. And he was complaining to the refs and trying to foul bait too much. Like, somebody made a point about Luka ball hogging. And my bad, chat, if I'm not getting to y'all's comments as fast. But y'all let me know. As y'all coming in, bro, y'all let me know y'all's thoughts and comments about the game. I'm going to get to them and we're going to talk about them, right? But this is a good point right here. Hey, sometimes you think Luka ball hog too much. I don't think that he ball hogs. I just think that he don't move the ball fast enough. Sometimes I feel like Luka Doncic tries to make the ooh-ah type of play instead of making the simple play more often. If he made the simple play more often, I think he would be the best player in the NBA. He always tries to wait. Like, sometimes he'll go to the hole and he'll try to pump fake. He'll try to get somebody in the area and go into him instead of just going straight up. Or just going up with a floater or a layup off the glass or something like that, right? Instead of doing those things, he tries to do too much sometimes. Even on passes sometimes, he tries to wait so he can try to get a behind the back or no look. Or, you know, like he tries to do all these pretty type of plays and just get the oohs and the ahs and the crowd's attention in so people can praise you all the time, bro. You don't have to do that every single possession. Sometimes just make the, okay, I'm gonna use the screen on the pick and roll, and when they roll, I'm gonna pass it. I'm not gonna wait until the other guy comes over there so I can do a behind the back pass or so I can do a no look behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the worst thing about him. And tonight that happened in the second quarter. At the end of the second quarter, Rui Hachimura hit a three. When LeBron ran a pick and roll with him, he popped and he hit a three. The only three he hit in the game. The same exact play happened the possession, offensive possession before that for the Lakers. The same exact play happened for the Lakers. Luka Doncic pick and roll with Rui. Rui popped to the 3-point line. Luka does not pass the ball to Rui when he's clearly wide open, and he tries to go to the hole and draw a foul and try to foul bait, and they don't call nothing. And he complaining to the refs. Then the Celtics go down and hit a 3. So those are the type of things. I don't think he's a ball hog, but at the same time, he does not move the ball as fast as he should. And I think that's the biggest problem. And then Reggie Miller was on some BS talking about the guy putting his hands through the net didn't affect the shot. Yeah, that's what he said initially. But then after they reviewed it a couple times, when Jamal Crawford kept saying, who was obviously one of the greatest scorers of all time, when Jamal Crawford kept, and I actually like listening to Jamal Crawford in these broadcasts because his analysis of the game is actually good. He doesn't have any bias, right? So it's easier to listen to a guy like that. He was saying, like, it doesn't matter if it affected the ball or not. And it did, because when Aiden shot the ball, when the ball was going down, Cater's literal whole hand is through the rim. How does that not affect the ball? That's what I don't understand. That's going to affect the shot when you move the net in the rim when the ball is trying to go inside the rim and through the net. How does that not affect the ball? Right? So, yeah, bro, I don't understand that. Also, that joke I said at the end of... Oh, hold on. Let me see something right quick. Let me see. Let's extend this. There we go. All right. Also, that joke I said at the end of your last stream was a Charles Barkley impersonation joke by Reaves Spears. Oh, okay, my bad. I don't even know. I was so confused, bro. Clippers are mediocre. Even Charles Barkley calls us out, brother. You gotta be a troll. Yeah, that's definitely is. Did you just make this account? Yeah, that's gotta be a troll account. Yeah. You have to be a troll. Yeah, bro, you a troll, bro. If you, I ain't gonna lie, G Dog. If you keep doing that, bro, I'm not even gonna respond to your comments, brother. Like, repeating what Charles Barkley says is crazy in the first place. But repeating what Charles Barkley says about the Lakers and taking it serious, bro, is next level crazy. Because there's no way you actually listening to Charles Barkley in the first place. And then the second thing, there's no way you actually listen to Charles Barkley about a team that he clearly does not like. Charles Barkley does not like the Lakers. So, of course, he's going to say every negative thing possible about the Lakers. He doesn't like our team. He doesn't like the franchise. He said multiple times, oh, just because y'all are the Lakers, he's a jealous old man, and he does not like the Lakers. I'm not taking nothing that guy says seriously. He's completely biased. He doesn't have any type of actual sports analysis about the teams. He's just biased towards the teams he want to win and the teams he don't want to win. And that's why I do not take that guy serious. And you shouldn't either. Jaylen Brown had an off night for the most part. Wish we could have capitalized. Oh, yeah. Jaylen Brown had an off night. That's because Peyton Pritchard took his powers. Peyton Pritchard is a good player, bro. But, bro, those shots he was making, bro, he looked like if I was new to the game, if I had just started watching basketball, I would think Peyton Pritchard is the best point guard in the league, the way he played tonight. Like, if tonight was my very first game, or my second game watching the Celtics and Lakers, and the Celtics and Lakers is on national television. If I was new to watching it, like, for example, if my mom watched the game with me tonight, she would think Peyton Pritchard is the best point guard in the league, the way he played. I'm like, Chad, I'm seriously asking y'all. I want y'all to go back and look at the game or look at Peyton Pritchard's highlights and just see how, like, did he take an easy shot? Every single shot he took was contested. Or it was like 5 feet behind the 3-point line. Like, he was on one, bro. And you couldn't. Yeah, he do. Yeah, he do. For sure. That's what I'm saying. But not consistently, though. Peyton Pritchard doesn't. If Peyton Pritchard did this consistently, he would literally average like 24, 25 a game. He doesn't even average 20. Now, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. Peyton Pritchard is a very good player. I would love him on my team. I remember when he came out of Oregon, I wanted the Lakers to draft him. I wanted the Lakers to draft him when he came out of Oregon. So I like Peyton Pritchard. I always have. But at the same time, he's not doing this. He's not doing this consistently. And that's the reason why, like, I'm like, bro, like, Those shots he were making were crazy. Every single one was contested. It's like, bro, okay, cool. He looked like Luka Doncic tonight. He was better than every star on the court. He was better than every player on the court. He the only player, let me go back to the box score right quick. He the only player in the entire game to actually shoot efficiently from the field. I mean, like actual like point guard. Now Vucevic made a couple shots inside and stuff like that, obviously, but Peyton Pritchard, 10 of 14 from the field, 6 of 9 from 3. Nobody shot efficiently from the field. That's another center, Kate. Obviously, he's going to make his shots at the rim. But, like, nobody else shot efficiently from the field in the entire game except for Peyton Pritchard. He the only one that shot efficiently. He was the best player on the court tonight. Duthiero and Chris Mannion should get more looks. Mannion is literally the best defender in the G League. Their speed and athleticism is much needed. Yeah, it's much needed, bro. But can they shoot the ball? Like, because if they can't shoot the ball, there's no point in having them out there. Like, Marcus Smart, I would love. Now, Duthiero, I do think that he should be in a rotation. I think he should play some nights. But you can't have two guys out there that can't shoot the ball. You already got Jared Vanderbilt, who's like limited to just shooting corner threes, right? So, like the way that the game is going today, I understand people want a lot of just fast, quick, good defenders out there on the court, bro. But like, if it's gonna be 4 on 5 on the other side of the ball, bro, like we gotta consider that as well. That's the only thing. That's my only. You said the screen is black? What you mean the screen is black? What you mean the screen is black, Sammy? Oh, you maybe you were talking about something else? These channels have some weird fetish over Reaves and Luka. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm not sure what you mean by that. What's good though? Working Clipper game, Lakers game was bad. Yeah, it was bad, especially the fourth quarter. Yeah, the screen shouldn't be black, bro. The screen should be good. But yeah, bro, like when you talking about Peyton Pritchard, like, let me see how many points a game Peyton Pritchard averaged this season. I think he averaged like 18 a game or something like that. He averaged 17 a game, 46% from the field, or 47 really. Let's see. Yeah, Peyton Pritchard is a good player, but I'm not taking that away from him. 36% from the 3-point line. I mean, that's not nothing too crazy. He's a good player. 5 assists a game, 4 rebounds. He is a good player. But bro, the way he played tonight, like I said, who the fuck is Deshaun Does Tech? Who is that? Who is that? Did you change your name? Oh, it's Sport. Okay, I got you. What's good, bro? Did you finally see what Charles Barkley said to Austin Reaves? I seen it, yeah. I seen it. And once again, I literally do not care about what he's saying, bro. You can surround Thiero and Mannion with offensive threats, stagger their minutes. I mean, I get that. I'm not opposed to that. But what's gonna happen when you have Jared Vanderbilt and Mannion out there at the same time? You're gonna have 2 non-3-point shooters out there, to where like the teams are just not gonna guard Mannion, or they're not gonna guard Jared Vanderbilt. Now Jared Vanderbilt has been a lot better as of late from the corner. So, but can Chris Mannion shoot corner threes? Like you really we have to consider those things, bro. Now the Celtics had some guys in there tonight that can't shoot the 3 ball at all. Like that Shireman guy, he can't shoot. And it showed tonight. He was missing everything he shot. And he was a good defender too. So I get what you're saying. But that's the role that Jared Vanderbilt plays for this team. He's not a reliable 3-point shooter. And he's out there for defensive purposes and to do the small things and do the dirty work, which he should have drawn multiple offensive fouls tonight. But since the referees were allowing the Celtics to play football all night, I mean, you can't draw those offensive fouls that often. They want to finally call an offensive charge or offensive push off with like 4 minutes left in the game when the game is pretty much over with. When the Lakers are down by 20. Then they finally want to call that same exact call that the Celtics have been getting away with the entire game. Peyton Pritchard literally stiff-armed Jared Vanderbilt, bro. He stiff-armed Jared Vanderbilt on that play where everybody will ooh and all and act like, oh my God, he just did some crazy crossover to make him fall. Bro, the man just literally pushed off and stepped back and shot the 3. That wasn't even a crossover. It was a clear push-off. Those push-offs were happening all game for Peyton Pritchard and Jaylen Brown. They was doing that the entire match, right? And then the goaltend calls, it was two of them. It was one on Aiden and one on LeBron. Those were the most obvious goal. The second one that was on Aiden, when Kata put his hand through the rim in the net, that was the most obvious goaltend call I done seen all season. And they didn't even call it. Like, what? That was crazy. I was at work, so I couldn't watch the game. At work, just seen the score estimate. Oh, don't, bro, like, this is one of those games, if you watched it, bro, like, you really not going to be too mad about the score, because when the game was actually competitive, the Lakers were getting holed. They were getting just screwed by the referees, bro. And people can say, oh, you just making excuses. I don't care what you say. I don't care. I watch the games. If you got two eyes and a brain that work correctly, you understand what was going on. When the game was competitive, the referees were in the Celtics' favor so hard. It was so obvious. Those two goaltending calls, when the game was actually still competitive, it was like a 7, 6, 8-point game. Those two calls, both of those resulted in Celtics 3-point plays and ones by Jaylen Brown on both of them. So instead of you getting 2 points and getting back on defense, you don't get no points, and they get 3 points on the other end of the on the other end of the court. 2 times when the game was competitive. And that's not even to talk about the push-offs that was happening all night. Because even Jaylen Brown got away with one on Austin Reaves. And Peyton Pritchard got away with multiple. Jaylen Brown did as well, but I felt like 2 of them was like the most obvious offensive foul calls that you could have possibly called. And they score on multiple of those plays. So the fourth quarter was bad by the Lakers. The shot making was just not there tonight. The shot making overall in the game, the referees were not the reason why the Lakers lost this game. But they definitely had something to do with them not making the game even more competitive in the first half. When it was like a 7-point game, it should have been like a 3 or 4-point game. When it was a 9-point game, it should have been like a 5-point game, right? And that matters in those scenarios. Because when you got Peyton Pritchard having a Magnum ball type of night, that's when it matters the most. You got to stay as close as possible when this dude is hitting everything he's shooting. I mean, he literally was not missing. Barkley got some truth against certain teams. Yeah, probably some of the ones he don't hate on. Yeah, for sure. He probably got some truth about like the most obvious stuff. But I promise you, bro, them dudes don't watch the games, bro. They don't watch the games that often. They get paid to analyze the sport, and I guarantee you most of those guys do not watch the games. They don't. The only games they watch is when they work that night. And they go, like, and they just swear that every single player has to do exactly what they did in order to succeed. Karl-Anthony Towns is the best shooting big man in the NBA, right? He's the best shooting big man in the NBA. And you got Shaq trying to tell him how to play, like, just play like him. Bro, he also is like top 2 in rebounds. Now, obviously, Karl-Anthony Towns is nowhere near Shaq as a player. He's not as dominant. But Karl-Anthony Towns is a damn good player. Why are you trying to tell him that he got to stay in the paint and not shoot jump shots? He's the best shooting big in the league. Why would he give that up? So you trying to tell me I can't perfect both sides of the game? I can't perfect my outside game and my inside game? You just want me to just stick to the inside game? This is a completely different NBA, bro. And that's the type of shit I'm talking about when it comes to analyzing the game. Bro, this is 2026. This ain't 2001, bro. So it don't matter how great you are. You still have to understand that the game changes. It's not the same game as in 2001, right? And those are the type of things when Karl-Anthony Towns is on TV, Shaq is telling Karl-Anthony Towns, in order for y'all to win, you got to dominate, or they just going to give Jalen Brunson the credit. They ain't going to give you no credit. Who cares if they don't give you no credit if y'all win a championship? And Cat said the same thing, and I completely agree. So that just doesn't make any sense to me. Red, your fan base pissing me off? Bro, all fan bases from every single team have dumb fans. Or have fans that don't think with both sides of their brain or their whole entire brain. They just think with just like 2% of it. Right? That's all fan bases. Even y'all. Don't forget. You a Golden State Warriors fan. It was Warriors fans comparing Brandon Pajemski to Austin Reaves just 2 years ago, saying that he was better. Brother, are you serious? Like, it was actual fans pushing that. They were pushing that narrative on social media. So, Lakers fans get on my nerves sometimes, too. But you gotta understand, like fans from it don't matter what fan base it is. Fans from every single fan base have delusional takes, and they are just not very smart. I'm sorry. Y'all would have thought Eric Lewis was officiating. Yeah, yeah, bro, for sure. This game tonight, can't really blame it on the refs completely because it wasn't competitive in the fourth quarter. But up until the fourth quarter, you can definitely say the refs had a big hand in the Celtics having the lead that they had, for sure. Because like I said, those two goaltending plays, those were momentum changing plays. Instead of you scoring and getting points on the board, and then and it's the way that the result of the play. The goal, they don't call the goaltend, which you would have got 2 points for. But instead, the Celtics go down on the other side of the court and they get a 3-point play. So instead of you getting no points, the Celtics get 3 points. That's a huge momentum swinger, especially in a game like this, right? When the Lakers can't buy a bucket, Peyton Pritchard is not missing anything. You know what I'm saying? So you don't need the referees to be helping the other team out as well when the Lakers are already struggling. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to get as many points and as many stops as you possibly can. When they're not calling offensive fouls on push-offs and they're not calling goaltending calls for the Lakers and the Celtics are getting 3-point plays out of those, that's going to hurt your team. Now, the fourth quarter, the Lakers just couldn't hit a shot. Marcus Smart missed 3 wide open threes, bro. He missed 3 of them. And 2 of them is when the game was still super duper competitive. It was only like an 8-point game. A 7-point game or something like that. So those type of shots have to be made. Rui Hachimura missed the open 3. Luka didn't do shit in the fourth quarter. I mean, LeBron and Austin, they didn't play good at all this game. But just in general, like, those guys did not do anything in the fourth quarter. LeBron was the only one to play good in the third quarter, if you ask me. Luka had like 19 in the first half. He only ended up having 25 for the game. And the assist totals and the turnover totals were low, which is good. They only had 8 turnovers. They just couldn't hit shots. The Celtics made 5 more threes, so that's 15 points. The Celtics even, obviously they made more free throws. They got more calls. They shot more free throws as well. And then just overall, the Lakers shot 39%. The Celtics shot 48% from the field. So, yeah. How many offensive rebounds did they have? Oh, they had 9. Well, they had 9, and they got some at the end of the game, too. It was garbage time, so that really don't matter that much. Yeah, I know it is. I know it's you, sport. If you were talking to me. Bad refs can disrupt a game, a good game. They take the motivation away from sometimes and the momentum from the players. Yeah, but that's exactly what I was saying at the beginning of the stream. Deshaun, my real name, I got you. So that's exactly what I was saying at the beginning of the stream. The Lakers are a team, which is a problem because people say you never criticize the team. I do. They just don't listen. They just want me to. I'm the type of person, chat. I don't go too far in my takes. I don't overreact or over-exaggerate some of the takes that I have because I'm the type of person to where, like, if they play bad one game, I'm not going to overreact from that game. If they play bad 3-4 games in a row and you see the same exact results and you see the same exact routines and stuff like that and it ends in the same result, then I'll say, okay, this is what this team is or this is what this player is. That's how I feel sports should be. I feel like some people go game to game and they are over-exaggerating on a player's performance or whatnot. Like some people are literally saying that Austin Reaves can't play good against physical defensive teams when he literally just did it last game. He just did it last game, bro. Last game he had 30 and he only missed like 3 shots against the Clippers. The Clippers are arguably a better defensive team than the Celtics. Like, bro, what? Like that? Like those type of takes drive me crazy, dog. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Right? It doesn't make sense. Now, is Austin Reaves the perfect player? Of course not. But saying that he struggles against athletic, physically dominant teams, that is bonkers, bro. He just dominated a team like that last game, right? So I'm the type of player, I'm the type of person that when those type of things happen, I'm not going to over exaggerate. And my whole entire point before I got off track with the Austin Reaves take, but The Lakers are a team. If they are not making shots during the game and getting the crowd to go ooh and ah and drawing fouls or, you know, things of that nature, if they are not consistently doing these things, it messes with them mentally and they do not play good defense. They don't. They do not play good defense. Now, granted, tonight, I felt like they were fine defensively. I just thought the Celtics were making some crazy shots or scoring off of offensive rebounds, which is definitely going to hurt when Jackson Hayes, your backup center, gets injured and he doesn't play. I think he played like a couple minutes in the first quarter and he was out for the rest of the game. By the way, Jackson Hayes' ankles are becoming a problem. He has an ankle injury like twice a year, every single year he's been a Laker. And he's probably going to be out for like 4 games. So the Lakers are definitely going to have to play Maxi Kleber now. Which I don't know why JJ didn't play Maxi Kleber tonight, low key. Now that I think about it. Because I think Maxi Kleber could have mucked it up a little bit and gave us some energy. But these next couple games, we in the second chat, we're going to hop into the schedule and see what the Lakers can do over the next couple games because they have their next couple games are definitely winnable. If you would have won tonight, you would have definitely been able to go on like a win streak. It would have been possible. So yo, keep doing your thing. AR is Jordan Poole 2.0. If we pay him, the Lakers won't win anything in the Luka era. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's a terrible take. That's a terrible take, man. I'm sorry. Because if Austin Reaves is Jordan Poole 2.0, then why was Jordan Poole a key piece to the Warriors winning the championship in 2022? If the Lakers will never be able to win a championship with Austin Reaves, who's averaging 25 points a game, by the way, this season, Jordan Poole never did that. Jordan Poole was a key piece to the Warriors winning an NBA championship against the Boston Celtics in 2022. He was a key piece to that team. So how you gonna say he's Jordan Poole 2.0 when Jordan Poole helped the team win a championship? And was arguably the second best player on that team when they won the championship that year. Especially in the playoffs. I swear to God, bro, before y'all type, count to 10. Count to 10 and think about before. You just literally wasted a lot of your time writing it in the chat, bro. That literally makes no sense what you just said. Now, if you're talking about Jordan Poole now, that doesn't make any sense either. Austin Reaves is literally averaging 25 points a game. So any way you want to put it, it does not make sense. Jordan Poole contributed to that team winning a championship, bro. So how you going to say the Lakers will never win a championship if Austin Reaves is Jordan Poole 2.0? There's no logic to that. It's absolutely zero logic to that. They did the same thing to Giannis about him shooting threes. JJ has to run plays for Rui and Kennard. They are too good of shooters to be shooting single-digit shots. I'm not going to lie, bro. I think that, and this is another thing that when I continuously say throughout all of my videos and throughout every single live stream, when I continuously say this is the reason why. The Lakers have struggled staying healthy this season. It is 20-something games left. This is the reason why this matters. The chemistry, the lineups, calling certain players for certain plays for certain players. These things matter. And you are right. I'm agreeing with you, bro, by the way. I completely agree with you. And by the way, they have been calling this one set that works a lot for Rui Hachimura. He comes from down on the block. He comes off a screen from DeAndre Ayton or whoever the center is or whoever the big is, while LeBron or Luka is in the post. He comes off a down screen. If they switch the player that's on Rui, the center will get the ball. Or if not, they'll throw the ball to Rui when he wide open off a screen from Aiden or whatever center is in the game. It comes off a down screen to the three-point line. They've been calling that a lot. The ball gets to the post, and they'll run that down screen play for Rui Hachimura. But since Luke Kennard is new, he just came to the team, he hasn't been getting a lot of three-point attempts. And teams are staying glued to him. So JJ has to figure out something to be able to counter off of that because teams are staying so glued to Luke Kennard, which I still think he had a decent game tonight. I know he made 1 3 and I think he missed one. That's not enough three-point attempts though. Like he has to get like 5 or 6 three-point attempts at least a game. He has to. It's not enough. Celtics clear the Clippers? Yeah, yeah. As a team, yeah, probably. But you gotta understand something. Up until like last week, the Clippers were literally the hottest team in the league, hotter than the Celtics. The Clippers were the hottest team in the league, and Kawhi is better than Kawhi was playing. Kawhi, the way Kawhi is playing, he playing better than Jaylen Brown. So you can say the Clippers clear. You can say the Celtics clear the Clippers, but defensively, do they clear the Clippers? Because the Clippers have a very good defensive team. They have very good individual athletic defenders. And all of them played the other night. So, obviously, the Celtics are a better team record-wise than the Clippers. But the Clippers had a stretch where they were the best team in the league when it comes to winning games and not losing them. So, you can say that because obviously they have the better record. But with the way that the Clippers have been playing as of late, that's not like a foregone conclusion, by the way. Now, 2 months ago, yeah. But as over the last like month and a half, you can't really just say that. And like I said, when I'm talking about Reaves, I'm talking about Reaves going against good defenders. I'm not talking about the overall team of the Clippers being better than the Celtics. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the Clippers defensively. I'm not talking about the overall team. Before every season, Lakers fans swear they're going far in every season. Bro, if your team has Luka Doncic, Austin Reaves, and LeBron James, and you have good role players around those guys, you should be able to make a deep playoff run. You should be able to. Now, the Lakers obviously have flaws on their roster. They are not a perfect roster, and they're not even, on paper, they're not a great roster. On paper, they're not. But if the Lakers are in the position they are and they just finished third in the Western Conference last year, Lakers fans should expect for their team to go far. Now, it depends on what you mean by going far. If you mean by like going to the playoffs and seeing what you can do, okay, yeah, they are supposed to expect that. That's the same thing with Warriors fans. There's plenty of Warriors fans that think that when they got Jimmy Butler, that everybody thought they was going to some people thought they was going to the finals. At one stretch of this season, people thought the Warriors were going to be a top 3 seed in the Western Conference. So that goes for a lot of fan bases, bro. That's not just the Lakers. How your own refs against you? What do you mean your own refs? What do you mean? No team has their own refs. All right. The game changes, my guy. You need athleticism, and AR does struggle against every physical defense. No, he does not. You wrong right there. Because Austin has had plenty of good games against the Timberwolves. I got your ass. I got you. Watch this. I got your ass. Let me see. I got your ass. I'm going to show you how wrong you are. I'm going to show you how wrong you are, bro. Boom. Boom. Look at this. This same exact Celtics team that Austin Reaves just struggled against tonight that you making this point about, he literally had 36 points against them in December without Luka and LeBron on the court. That's 36. That's almost 40 points. If I'm counting correctly. That's more than Pritchard had tonight. So my point stands. If you saying you bringing this point up against this team, right? You bringing this point up against this. Austin Reaves literally had 36 against this same exact Celtics team earlier this season. And that's when Jordan Walsh was actually in the rotation even more. Jordan Walsh was all over Austin that game. So that is not a valid point. This point that you're trying to make is not valid, bro. It's false. Now, does Austin play bad sometimes? Yeah, sure. For sure. Is Austin a perfect player? No. Hell no. He has some deficiencies. He has some athletic deficiencies. But this whole notion of him playing bad, you said your message was the game changes. You need athleticism. And AR does struggle against every physical defense. This same physical defense that just held him to 12 points tonight or whatever it was, he dropped 36 against them boys on the second night of a back-to-back, by the way. On the second night of a back-to-back in Boston against this same exact team. Your point it's not valid, bro. I'm sorry. That point is not valid. That shit is just false. Now let me read the rest of your sentence. Who was guarding him on the Clippers? He Cook's third best defenders. Congrats. Okay. Well, if you're going to make the point about him getting defended by tough physical teams, right? Then you should be making the same point about him getting defended by the third best defender on every single team. So how you going, you can't just have your cake and eat it too. You wrong in the first place, because my point stands about Austin Reaves not struggling against these type of teams. I just showed you a perfect example of the shit, bro. He had 36 points against this same exact team back in December. And he was the number one option that night. So your whole notion of he's going to be getting guarded by the third best defender, that's BS too. And the Minnesota Timberwolves early this season, Austin Reaves was cooking them, hit a game-winning shot against them as well. Minnesota, are they a physical defensive team? They got Jaden McDaniels, Anthony Edwards, Nas Reed, Julius Randle. They got all Dante DiVincenzo. They got all these good defenders, and on top of it, the rim protection. So, like I said, okay, well, that's what you should have said from the start then, bro. You have not said that one time until now. That makes more sense. I don't think it'll be the downfall of the Lakers because you're not going to have LeBron on a max contract. You're not going to have LeBron on a max contract at all. I think that if LeBron comes back, I think he'll take a major pay cut if he comes back. And you're not going to have him on a max contract. And then on top of that, more expiring contracts are going to be off your books as well. So you'll be able to make some moves in free agency. But, bro, free agency sucks this summer anyways. Y'all not like, bro, y'all have to pay attention to what's going on. Y'all have to. Because Austin Reaves might not even want $40 million. That's the first thing. Even though he's eligible for 36 or 35, whatever it is, he might not even want that. He might take a little bit of a pay cut like Jalen Brunson did. Or like some of these other star players have done over the last couple years. Because the CBA is so trash. But free agency sucks so bad this offseason that your best option is probably bringing back LeBron on a pay cut. There is literally no good unrestricted free agents this offseason that's going to come in and immediately help you. Like, this whole notion of some Lakers fans thinking that we are going to actually be able to get Peyton Watson and Walker Kessler and all this bullshit, we're not getting those guys. I'll be shocked if we do. Now, we might be able to get Lou Dort because the Thunder are not going to be able to afford him. So you might be able to do something with that. But Mike is the biggest question, because obviously we all know about the Lakers tax. Rob Pelinka doesn't know how to make good deals all the time or consistently. So that's a question mark as well. But yeah, bro, this whole notion, chat, this whole notion of Austin Reaves struggles against these big physical teams, brother, and this is what I do. This is the truth, chat. See, some of these people, they want to just push certain narratives, and that's all they want to go with. Right? But if you're going to sit up here and try to tell me that Austin Reaves struggles against these type of teams, he literally just cooked this same team early this season, dropped almost 40 on these guys. And it wasn't no inefficient 40 either. Now, they did lose the game, obviously. Okay, cool. But I feel like it's even harder for you to drop that type of stat when you don't have your other offensive threats out there on the court, because the other team is paying so much more attention to you. When Austin Reaves is out there without Luka and LeBron, obviously the other team is going to be focusing on him the entire game when he has the ball in his hands. And he still was able to drop 36 against that same defensive Celtics team. They didn't have nobody out that night. Everybody that played tonight played in that game except for Nikola Vucevic, because he wasn't a part of their team. Except for Jordan Walsh was getting more playing times than Shireman, but they're kind of the same player. They both are very good defenders. But yeah, I thought his money won't count against the cap. It might not, bro. You know what? That's something I'm not trying to sit up and act like I'm the perfect person when it comes to knowing all these things. I do not know that. I would definitely have to do some research on that. I'm not sure. But I think you might be right, though, because the Lakers are going to have bird rights for Austin Reaves because he was an undrafted free agent. He was undrafted. So they'll have the bird rights. So it might not go towards their cap as much. I don't know if they extend him, right? I don't know how that'll work. But that's a good question. But I don't know exactly how that'll work. I just don't think that he's going to want necessarily $40 million. And then on top of that, we'll see how he plays in the playoffs as well. Because if he doesn't play well, he's not getting $40 million. He ain't getting that. And he shouldn't even ask for it. But this whole notion of he doesn't play well against athletic teams, that's just straight bullshit, bro. I'm sorry. I try to keep it clean on this channel and not cuss. But that's just exactly what that is. Because, like I said, he has cooked plenty of teams this season. Hell, hey, chat. Y'all trying to tell me the 76ers don't have good defenders on their team? Dominic Barlow, Kelly Oubre, Quentin Grimes, all those. Remember that first game Austin came back like 2 weeks ago? He just had 35 points against the Sixers in like 20-something minutes. He had like 35 in 25 minutes. And that's a physical defensive. They got some good defensive players. Now, do they have a better defensive team than the Celtics team? No, but they still have good physical defenders that try to put pressure on you full court the entire game. So I'm done with that. I'm done talking about it, but I done seen a lot of people say what Brock is saying. I've seen a lot of people say and put this message or put this on social media, and it's just straight BS, bro. It's not the truth. And I hate to see people just splurging bullshit all over the place. That's not true. I think Reggie Miller is a Luka hater. He has been hating on him since his Mavs games. He might be. A lot of those older guys just hate on certain players. A lot of them do. He might be, bro. That's a good point. Okay, but you said switch AR for Herb Jones. Teams gets better in every category. Love though. Keep doing your thing. Hey, bro, and look, bro. I appreciate you showing love to the channel, bro. I appreciate you talking and commenting so we can have these conversations. I'm not mad at y'all. I got love for every single person in this chat because y'all supporting me, right? And y'all supporting this channel. I'm not trying to have no bickerness towards you, but like I've seen people say this and I just don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I completely disagree. Now, like I said, with the way Austin played in the playoffs last year against the Timberwolves, regardless if you had a foot injury or not, that was not good enough. If he plays like that again, he's not even going to get $40 million. He's definitely not getting that then, right? But I don't even necessarily think he wants $40 million from this team, bro. I don't think he necessarily wants that. So we'll have to see. But, hey, bro, another thing. Look, chat. People keep on saying the Herb Jones this, Herb Jones that. Bro, Herb Jones has been struggling this year from three, bro. Y'all go look at his numbers. The last couple, like over this season, he has struck. Bro, I'll be watching them play because I bet a lot. I do a lot of sports betting, chat. And I watch the Pelicans play a lot. That Zion is consistent with different things. So I'll be watching their team, right? Herb Jones be struggling. But he is more than just a spot up three-point shoot. He can actually score and create a little bit as well. But we would need him to shoot the ball. And he has not been able to consistently knock down shots all season. I mean, he be having games where he be wide open, he just be missing. And it be ugly too. So, bro, going 0 for 5, 0 for 4, 0 for 6 after shooting like Marcus Smart did tonight, that's not going to help our team, bro. So I don't necessarily know if that's even the truth because this team don't need no more one-way players. Even if you can play defense, if you can't shoot the ball, we don't need you. I ain't going to say we don't need you, but we don't need to sit up here and try to trade our second best player for you who averaging over 25 points a game. We don't need to do that. We definitely don't need to do that. I think LeBron, my bad. I definitely think that Luka and Reaves can work if the other three starters are good offensively and play defense. Oh, 100%. 100%, bro. Luka, LeBron, and Reaves can work. They showed it last season. Oh, shit. They showed it last season multiple times. And they've showed it this season at times as well. At times they have. what game was that? It was Stenson that Clippers game last game against the Clippers. They look phenomenal. Now, everybody played bad tonight. But like I said earlier, when the Lakers start getting into it with the refs, getting technical fouls called on them, clearly getting cheated, those things bother this team. And it seems like they can't really fight through those things. It messes with their mental. And as soon as that started happening tonight in the second quarter, shit, I was heated. I was watching the game on the TV right here. I was heated, bro. When that second goal 10 happened with Cater, bro, I almost broke some shit. That was absurd that you don't call that. I mean, bro, like, if that's not clearly cheating, what is, chat? So when the referees are clearly cheating, well, I mean, what else could it be? It ain't no way you didn't see that. It ain't no way you didn't see that because the LeBron initially drove to the rim and missed the layup, trying to get a foul. They didn't call it. Aiden gets the rebound. So all of the referee's attention is on that play. So you can't say you didn't see it. How you missed that? How would you miss a 7'1" player? Dark as this right here. Because we all know Kata black. And I'm black, I can say that. Right? How you miss him with a glowing white headband, put his whole hand through the rim and the net, and you don't call nothing? You don't call nothing? You just let him go? You just let it go? Look like he was out there playing Olympic basketball. You know how they can, when the ball is around the rim, they can knock it off? It looked like he was doing some type of version of that. Brother, this is the NBA. You cannot do that. And the referees just let that man just get away with it. Didn't call nothing. I think LeBron has better chemistry with the second unit. I don't necessarily know if he has better chemistry with the second unit or he just tries to be more aggressive with that second unit because LeBron really is taking this seriously, taking the back seat to Austin and Luka Reaves. Taking the back seat to Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic. He is literally trying to do that. Unless LeBron has it going or he has like a clear mismatch the entire game, I don't necessarily think he wants to be more aggressive than those guys. Especially in the regular season. Now, in the playoffs, he might try to bump it up a little bit, but LeBron is choosing his spots when to be aggressive and when not to, because you don't have to necessarily be aggressive all the time. Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic are the two best players on his team, and I think LeBron wants it to be that way. He's 41 years old, bro, or 42, however old he is. He doesn't want to be aggressive the entire game. He doesn't have to. Those two guys are the stars on his team, even though LeBron made the All-Star team this year, obviously, right? LeBron is still good in my opinion. But Reaves and Luka are going to be the two players that has the most volume, brings the ball up the court. LeBron is going to play off ball more, play in the post more, come off down screens, use him in different type of ways like that. The bringing the ball up the court and stuff like that, LeBron's handle isn't as tight as it was. It seemed like at times, just certain nights, bro, LeBron looks a lot older than other nights. Some nights he looks spry and prime Bron, and then some nights it just looks like he woke up with knee soreness like the other day. And he just not as good some nights as he is some other nights. But it's okay because you have those other two players that carry most of the load. And he can be aggressive in different spots. And I think that's what he is trying to do, at least until the playoffs start. And I think that's a smart thing to do. Refs was terrible, but arguing with the refs every single play between Luke and AR getting Lakers nowhere is unwatchable. Like you said, they were more into the crowd than the game, bro. It is, bro. You know what, bro? I'm gonna say this because I feel like certain plays are so obviously bad that it should have been a foul. It's kind of hard not to complain because, for example, Jaylen Brown did the same thing in this game. Jaylen Brown had a play where he thought he got fouled, so he stayed down the court and just argued with the ref the whole entire time, and the Lakers scored off that. So it's not like Luka and Reaves are the only players that do it, right? But certain plays, bro, like when Luka trying to throw his shoulder into somebody and don't get a foul, bro, get your ass back on defense, bro. We ain't got time for you to be trying to foul bait and not get a foul and you complaining to the refs. We ain't got time for that, bro. This team has too many deficiencies. You have to get back on defense. You have to get back on defense, bro. You can't argue when you're trying to foul bait. But The clear fouls, like on that 3-point shot he took, and Jaylen Brown clearly hit nothing but wrist and arm, bro. When he was on the ground, I completely understand him getting mad about that. That was the most obvious foul all game. But when Jaylen Brown go to the hole and scream, hey, hey, when he screamed, they call a foul. He ain't even getting touched. They had to review a play because Austin Reaves literally knocked the ball out before Jaylen Brown got touched. And the Lakers got successful challenge. So my point is, when Jaylen Brown is going to the hole and getting breathed on and they calling the foul, and Luka Doncic is shooting the ball from the 3-point line and getting his arm knocked off, those are the type of plays I don't care if you get mad, bro, because those are obvious calls. Even at the beginning of the game, when Marcus Smart got a technical foul, bro, Jaylen Brown elbowed him on some UFC shit. He UFC'd Marcus Smart, bro. And they called a foul on Marcus Smart. How you call a foul on Marcus Smart for elbowing? Jaylen Brown elbowed Marcus Smart and they called a foul on Marcus Smart. And it wasn't even an initial foul. It wasn't a foul before the elbow or nothing. That was the contact. So since when I can go in there and throw an elbow and I get a benefit of it? That don't make sense, bro. So those are the type of calls I do not mind you complaining about. I love the fact that JJ Redick got a technical foul because, like, bro, I got PTSD from watching Darvin Ham for a couple years. Because if I'm in my room or in my studio or my apartment or whatever, and I'm watching the game, and I got more passion about the game than the head coach does, that's a problem. That's a problem in itself. You just standing over there with your hands in your pockets, bro, and you just watching as players are arguing with refs and they are wrongfully getting done throughout the entire game. And you just got your hands in your pockets like next play. That's a problem. I love that about JJ. And I love the fact that he got that technical foul tonight because those referees were absolute crap, especially in the first half. Absolutely crap. If everything falls through the Clippers investigation and Kawhi loses his contract, do you think the Lakers should make a play for him? Oh, 100%. Oh my God, 100%. Yeah, no question. I don't think it will happen, but yeah, for sure, bro. I agree with you, but I agree with you, but the playoffs are gonna be way more physical. No time for that crying. Yeah, they don't move on. Yeah, I know it's frustrating, but they will sit there and argue while play going on. Yeah, it's just annoying to watch. I agree with you, bro, because it was a couple times tonight that I got mad at Luka. Like I'm yelling at the TV and I'm like, Luka, bro, get back, or I'm like, Luka, bro, pass the ball. Like it is 100% normal, and I completely agree with you about sometimes it does get annoying to watch some of the plays that Luka does, and then he wants to complain to the referees and have like this personal vendetta with them. Like Austin, like for example, Austin Reaves, when he gets fouled, I feel like every single time he does a crash out on the referees, he's clearly getting fouled. Like, let me know if you agree with me. Y'all chat, let me know. And as y'all coming in, chat, y'all be sure to drop a like on the stream for me, bro, please. And if y'all new, y'all hit that subscribe button for me. But y'all let me know if I'm capping or not. Every single time I realize Austin Reaves gets a technical foul and crashes out and gets the technical foul for crashing out on the ref, it's a clear foul. When a player clearly gets fouled and he's not foul baiting and trying to just draw fouls or trying to jump into people or trying to flop and get a foul, and he gets fouled and the referee does not call it, and it's the most obvious shit ever, I completely agree with the players. Because for the most part, bro, like, I don't think us as fans of basketball, of any sport, hold referees accountable at all. Everybody just takes their anger out on the players because they supposedly make so much money and bro, these are human beings. They're not robots, right? So it's 3 referees out there. If we expecting the players to make the right plays and make the plays on the basketball court and entertain us as fans, then we should expect the referees to get the calls right. If a team gets 2 challenges and they get both of those challenges right during the game, the referees need to get penalized. That's something that the league should start doing. They need to start doing something. The refs do not get held accountable at all. They can literally swing the momentum of a game and it just does not matter. It's just, oh, well, play on. Like, yeah, just play on. So that's another thing that I'm saying too. But all right, then, Brock, I'll see you later, man. Good night, fam. Let's see if we got anything from the post game before we go ahead and hop off here in a second. Let's see what we got in the post game. Bro, I should have ran Desmond Bain on my streak tonight. I hate how teams that known to be physical get away with fouls like crazy, like OKC, 100%, bro. 100%. 100%. Just because you are a physical team, that does not mean you should be able to be more physical than the other team. Point blank, period, bro. I completely agree with you, big dog. But all right, chat. That's it for me for the night, guys. I'm going to make a video about this team tomorrow, 100%. Actually, hold up. Before I hop off, I want to look at the schedule right quick because I want to see. Damn, the Knicks are struggling with the Bulls. Orlando is beating the Clippers right now. And of course, bro. Desmond Bain got 18 points. I think we actually play against the Magic our next game. I think we play against them next. Schedule. Still 12 games over 500, so we still in a good spot. They don't have the mental fortitude to compete with the over 500 teams. I disagree. Bro. I disagree with you on that. Now, do we have the best roster in the league? No, 100%. Of course not. Let me go back to this screen right quick. Do the Lakers have the best roster in the league? 100% no. They don't. But at the same time, saying that the Lakers can't compete against some of the better teams in the league, I disagree. I disagree because they lost tonight, but bro, they've only been able to play with their best players 10 times this season. So it's hard to judge when you don't even have your full team for most of those games. And even though they did lose tonight, I don't think they necessarily lost because they are just some bad basketball team. They couldn't make shots tonight. And on top of that, in the first 3 quarters, the referees were terrible. And the momentum of the game completely swung on multiple bad calls or bad non-calls in that game. And then in the 4th quarter, they just couldn't make shots. And of course, Peyton Pritchard had a magnet ball type of night. So I'm not taking this type of game serious, for me personally. It's annoying to lose out like this and stuff like that, but they're going to have their opportunities to win against teams that are above 500 coming up soon and just in general. But until then, chat, you do got a couple games in here in this schedule that you need to take advantage of. The Orlando Magic are a good team, but you should be able to win this game. Phoenix, you should win this game because Devin Booker or Dylan Brooks is not playing. Golden State, I hope Steph Curry is back because I want to see LeBron and Steph Curry play, but because they don't play again the rest of the season. So I hope Steph Curry is back, but if not, oh well, we should get this win. But it's not gonna be easy. They just blitzed. They just absolutely blitzed the Denver Nuggets earlier today. So that's not gonna be an easy game in Golden State. And then you play against Sacramento and New Orleans. Both of these teams are very bad, especially Sacramento. So then you play Indiana, then you play New York again. That's going to be a good test. You play New York and Minnesota back-to-back games. That's a problem. Darren, that is a problem. This is a problem for sure, bro. LeBron needs to start knocking down his threes. I don't know what's wrong with his jump shot this year. I don't know. I do not know what's wrong with his jump shot. Maybe it has something to do with him being out most of the offseason and coming back late with the sciatica and having problems in his legs and his lower back and stuff like that, because obviously when it comes to your jump shot, you need your legs. So that's the only thing I can think of. But LeBron going continuously every single night, 1 for 4, 1 for 5, and shooting like that from three, it continues to be a problem. It's like it's getting to a point to where when he makes multiple threes, it's like, okay, let's go. So, and that should be a regular thing because, like you said, the last couple of years he has been shooting the ball extremely well from three. But I do think that him not playing at the beginning of the season, not really having an off season with the sciatica injury, the nerve damage or nerve problem that he was having or dealing with, I think that was a problem, and I think that's got something to do with his shooting. I really do. So we'll see if he can start knocking down some shots. But all right, chat, I'm gonna hop off, y'all. I'll be making a video today talking about, tomorrow. I have a video for you guys tomorrow talking about the Lakers' upcoming schedule, how they can take advantage of it, what changes they need to make, and just the overall morale of this team with after the first couple games after the All-Star break, beating the Clippers and then losing to a very good Celtics team and not really showing up in the fourth quarter. So I'll have a video up on that tomorrow. Love you guys, man. Thank y'all. If y'all new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the live stream. I'll be live after every single game, so y'all be sure to turn y'all notifications on so y'all never catch it. So y'all never miss a live stream or a video. So I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Y'all have a good night, chat. Peace.